Hi there! So today I'd like to discuss issues during development and how I manage them. So up until this point in my development process, things had been going relatively smoothly. Any issues that I had faced, I could usually fix, in my development session. And I categorize that as the time I actually take to sit down at my computer and work on my game. That wasn't until I hit my final level, the boss level, and I ran into a big issue. The boss, the sprite, wouldn't flip to face the player, no matter what I did. Actually, as a matter of fact, why don't I show you what that looks like so you can see for yourself. So as you can see here, I can move left, right, I can jump over the boss. It doesn't matter what I do. The sprite will not flip to face the player. And so of course, that's a glaring issue that needs to be addressed. So when I first encounter an issue, I find it particularly helpful to try and isolate that issue. And the way I do that is I have my scene view and my gameplay view open at the same time. So when I hit play, in my gameplay view, I'll see what the end user sees. While in my scene view, I can see everything that's going on behind the scenes. Let's take a look at an example. If you expect an event to happen, like a chest to open when the player gets near it and hits E, but nothing happens, well, then the scene view will show you the colliders. And it may be that you didn't select your collider, or have your collider enabled, or you didn't have your collider set to trigger. In order to try and isolate the problems further, I always set up a separate project in Unity to playtest and recreate the issue. In this case, when my boss sprite wouldn't flip to face the character, I set up a very similar scene in an entirely new Unity project. It was still 2D, just a base 2D project, using different assets, but similar components on those assets. And I broke it down into its most basic elements in order to try different troubleshooting techniques and ways of handling the situation. I ended up turning to an arguably controversial method of troubleshooting in game development these days. I turned to AI. And I did this because it was such a specific problem. Well, it's not a specific problem, but in my case, it was a specific problem. And the conventional ways of searching online, whether it be YouTube or Google, Stack Overflow, the Unity forums, nothing seemed to really help. So I used an AI and I wrote out my specific problem, to a T. And lo and behold, it worked. I'm gonna make a separate video on AI and my thoughts on it because there's talk around the community. I think it has some people rattled, to be quite honest, but that's not really here or there. I'll make a separate video on that. But why don't we take a look at the results? So I want to sincerely thank you for watching, as always. I really hope you were able to take something positive away from this video. Even if one person watches this and gets excited about game development or just wants to know more, or perhaps they're struggling with something in their development and they feel like they've hit a wall, it would just make me so happy if they watched this video and they were able to push through and solve their issue by whatever means they need to and continue on with their development. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.